What is up, my people? What is going on? It is your boy, Uncle Neely. Big Dog Chico not with me today, still having power outage issues out there in Hawaii, but he's going to be back with me soon, no doubt about it. I just had to check in, man. So much going on, so much misinformation, so much discontent, so much panic, so much overreaction. I said, let old Unc hop on, man, and give something to the people. Got to give the people what they want. And what you want may not be what you need, because what you want is to feel good, and sometimes the truth don't make you feel good. So I'm gonna give you what you need today, and what you need is the truth. We gotta learn to relax when it comes to this transfer portal. And it's early December, it's mid December, it's late December. Whichever part of December it is, the portal hadn't even opened yet, which means they're going to always be more names going in it than coming out of it, because the process has yet to even start. But I want to start right here as it relates to Colorado and transfer portal. What has happened to date that Coach Prime didn't tell you was going to happen? He said it in September. He said it in October. He said it in November. That when we get to December in the off season, people are going to be leaving here. And the super majority of those people, I'm talking 95%, are going to be leaving for a bigger bag. We got to understand, particularly folks got a little gray hair like I do. This ain't transferring in 1990. This ain't transferring in the year 2000. This is 2025. This is business now. This isn't, oh, I don't like the coach. Oh, I don't want to be treated the way they treat me. This doesn't mean something is wrong. These are business decisions now. But what we like to do is run with the narrative that woe is me, something must be wrong, something must be going on. How are all these people leaving? Have you ever stopped to say, what am I actually losing by those people leaving? Have you ever looked at the numbers production wise of who's announced that they're getting up out of here, and what you're actually losing by them leaving? And not only what you're losing from a production standpoint, is it replaceable via the portal? And in this business economy of college football, is it replaceable cheaper? I would wager to say the answer is yes in all regards. Like Coach Prime said, every now and then a guy catches you off guard that hits the portal, but pretty much before the fans know it, the coaches knew it, the players knew it. Conversations have been held about it. It's no secret in the building. It just becomes an issue outside the building, because people hear these names and they fall in love with these players that the program created, players that you knew nothing about, didn't know their names, didn't know their stat history until they got to a Colorado, and then they were coached up, emerged, and blossomed. And now you know them, and like, oh my God, what are we going to do without him? The panic sets in. But it's no surprise to the coaching staff. In fact, I will tell y'all this: a lot of these players that you see leaving, a lot of these coaches and staff people that you see leaving, they were shown the portal door. You ever think about that? This team won 3 games last year, and everybody asked for changes to be made. Everybody asked for differences. What are we going to do differently going forward? We give up 50 points in back-to-back games, and you see defensive players leaving, and now it's woe is me. What are we going to do? I challenge you to look at the production of those defensive players leaving, and tell me, is it not replaceable in the portal that is yet to open? The other thing that y'all have to consider is this: the financial implications of the portal and the budget of a team. Show me someone who's departed a team and is worth 500,000 to keep them. Just throwing that number at you. 4 pass deflections worth 500,000, or can we pick up 4 pass deflections, pass breakup somewhere else? 1 interception worth 500,000? I don't know. You tell me. Or can we pick up 1 interception somewhere else? Are 40 receptions worth 500,000? I don't know. You tell me. Or can we pick up 40 receptions somewhere else? When you begin to do a deep dive on the totality of the players who have announced they're going into the portal and look at the impact production they had on a game by game basis or a season basis, you have to ask yourself, are those numbers replaceable in the portal and replaceable at a lower cost? Because I will tell you guys this: stop the press, breaking news. That's sarcasm. A person getting in the portal for the very first time, their services can be obtained at a much cheaper price than the guy coming out of high school who has an inflated price that you're just betting on it may work out. Because now you have actual production numbers to negotiate with. You have things you've seen, and you got a hungry guy in the portal who's looking for an opportunity. And whereas the market may be saying that's a 300,000 position, he wants to play ball and get the league, and you can get him for 150, 200. People are sleeping on the big business of college football these days and the impact of the portal has. But listen, as soon as the portal opens, man, I already know what time it is. Phone is going to be buzzing. Group chat's going to timeline screaming like somebody's pulled the fire alarm at Folsom. I get it. Unc, we're losing everybody. Unc, the culture is gone. They don't know the school song. Unc, this don't feel right. I just say sit back and breathe. Colorado fans can tend to panic, not because something is wrong. They panic because they remember what it used to feel like, what it used to look like. I get that. I understand that. Not mad at it. Get it. Because trauma just don't disappear easy. Now let's be honest, Colorado football has been hurt before. They know what losing looks like. And this past season reminded them of those days. But sometimes you just have to take a deeper dive and look at what is really going on. This is not a rebuild because things have fallen apart and things are going crazy. This isn't a oh, here we go again. No, this is not that. This is not that at all. This is a situation where a head coach told you what was going to take place. And I challenge anybody out there, get in the chat, email me, DM me, do something. Tell me something that has happened postseason Colorado football that Coach Prime didn't tell you was going to happen. Tell me that. Tell me. Mm-mm. No, that's not the case. You can't. But fans will panic, and then the narrative framing starts coming. The locker room is fractured. Is Prime losing control? No. Colorado just gets clicks. Expectations have changed. Let's keep it real. Before Coach Prime just wanted to be competitive. Now we talk relevance. We're talking contention. We're talking grown man football. So when a player leaves now, it hits different because it feels different because the standard is higher. A higher standard equals shorter patience. And I understand that. But Coach Prime vowed that what happened this past season will never, ever happen again. And that takes making sweeping changes. And again, I'm not just talking about players. Some of y'all, when y'all look at these staff announcements of people are leaving or moving to different places, you have the mindset that this person is jumping ship. When the truth is, the indications were their time was up at Colorado because the direction Coach Prime wants to go in to ensure that a 3-win season never happens again calls for those kind of changes. So this is not the time to panic. It's the time to celebrate. And again, I'm going to keep mentioning this. What has happened that Coach Prime didn't tell you was going to happen? He told you there's going to be players that we brought in here a year ago or 2 years ago who you had never heard of before. But we saw something in them and we coached them up and we get them to a higher threshold of numbers. And then the bag comes calling, the bigger bag, if you will, comes calling. 95% of the people you see leaving, this is Coach Prime talking months ago, are going to be leaving for the bag. And it's going to be looked at like something is wrong. When we just got to understand this ain't the same transfer process that it used to be. But I'll also challenge you with this when you look back on the portal days of Prime. When has a person left and those numbers not been replaced? When has a person hit the portal and they say go to the draft? When a person hits the portal, when have we not found a suitable number? The only example you could probably draw to the air is not even comparable because Shedeur Sanders was drafted. He didn't hit the portal. And if there's any place on this past team that you could just see a clear defying difference in numbers in play, that would have been the quarterback position. But the rushing attempts and yards went up. We lost 4 receivers to the NFL, and there was no major drop off in yardage there. The offensive line got better. I think coach was right when he told y'all I hadn't forgotten how to coach in a year. That's not the case. So I understand that fear can come from caring, and I understand that that's passion, that's investment. I get that. But panic ain't the same as awareness, and I'm just trying to make y'all aware, dog. We're just trying to put you up on game. Portal movement don't mean collapse. It don't mean chaos, and it damn sure don't mean the culture is gone. Because as long as Coach Prime is there, you're going to have a Coach Prime culture, and that dude is a winner and knows how to win. He wants competition. He wants accountability. He wants pressure. Thrives on it, demands it, craves it, needs it. So that ain't the case. So we can stop all the overthinking this, trying to find the silver bullet is what's wrong. And I think there also needs to be some fairness and balance in how we report these things. We always love to mention a person is leaving, but when do we just go to the next paragraph and mention what that production was that you're losing? We love to do it when there's a guy coming in. I can go out here and get a linebacker right now, and I can tell you how he's going to help this program. And the first thing people do was, well, he didn't do anything where he was. Okay. Numbers are what they are. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. I'm with you on that. But why don't we do that when people leave? Things that make you say, hmm. And why do we act like this is just a Colorado issue? The Auburn transfer portal, and the portal hadn't even opened the list as long as my arm. When you look around the nation at Power 4 schools, blue blood football schools who've lost their quarterbacks to the portal. But we want to stop the press because you lost a D lineman who was hurt most of the year and never really played. You don't think that's replaceable? So again, ask yourself, when you see somebody leaving out, would you pay $500,000 for them to stay? When you see somebody leaving out, go look at their numbers. Can that production be found in the portal? Maybe even an example of you can get 2 or 3 players for the price of one, because some of those new guys in the portal are hungrier, need that opportunity, and they're not in there for the bag. They're in there for the right situation. And you can end up losing a receiver and picking up 3 under the cost of the one. Maybe we should start looking at it that way. But I will assure you of this, as a guy who sits in team meetings, attends practices, position meetings with the coaches, I'm sensitive to the information I'm privy to and how or why or when it should be put out. Because one thing I'll never do is make a player not look smart, not look tough, not look fast, not look disciplined with character. Always going to keep the player's best interest in mind. And y'all heard old Unc say time and time again, totally support the transfer portal, totally support players going after a bigger bag. Because let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, 95% of people ain't going pro. This is your first, last, and only opportunity to make money playing college ball. And if somebody wants to pay you more, even ridiculously overpay you to have you come play for them, you should go play for them. But if you're in that 5 or 10% bandwidth, depending on the year, that has a real opportunity to go to the NFL, you should value NFL over NIL and look at what the coaches have done before. What's their track record? Have they been there and done that? Have they helped people get there and do that? But here's the final point to it all. This process ain't going nowhere. It's going to happen every December. Someone is going to be announcing that they're leaving before those can announce that they're coming. And so the panic will set in. And I understand that panic is passion and we thrive and live off passion, but I just want you to be aware of the facts. There's no internal dilemma, there's no programmatic upheaval. This is just what Coach Prime told you in October and November was going to happen. We have some people here who are going to be leaving us and they're going after a bigger bag, and we wish them well. But just you wait and watch and see who comes into Colorado, and will that production be replaced? We're not going to be the same team we were last year. Coach Prime has vowed to you that'll never happen again on his watch. So much so that players that are coming in, it's not about the player personnel department. It's not about the recruiting staff. He eyeballs them. He talks to the agents. He talks to the players. So there's people saying, "Oh, we're missing because Coach Prime don't go do home visits." I have never heard a player from Alabama or Georgia or anybody in this current playoff say the only reason I'm at school X is because the head coach came to my house. Never heard that. Stop it. It's not 1985. This is 2025. There are way more ways to communicate with a person than going on a home visit. And you better believe Coach Prime is doing that. Because as he's told you, he will not miss again. He's accepted responsibility. It's all on him as head coach. And he's told you what's going to happen. And everything to date has happened just like he said it would. Why panic? He told you. He told you there's going to be major staff changes all across the board. He told you that the majority of the defense was going to be headed out, that we had to revamp the defense. That's what you see happening. Y'all were the ones upset that there were two back-to-back 50-point games. You were the ones upset that we had 14-point leads and gave them up. And now that you see a revamping of players, players again, remember, have to go out before those can come in. The portal hasn't even opened yet, and you won't panic to set in. I tell you, there's nothing to panic about. All is well at Colorado football, and just you wait and see. The people that are coming in are going to upgrade these particular positions. We're going to have an outstanding spring for preparation and summer as well. Because what you have now, you got your quarterback. You got your quarterback. And I'll say to the people out there, as Coach Prime has put it, most of these people that you knew were leaving, you knew they were leaving. The only one that caught me off guard personally, even professionally, Alex McPherson. I thought he'd be a next year departure. I thought he'd be one of those guys that comes back for another year and then the value goes through the roof and he takes the departure. Other than that, there has not been a name that even I didn't know was leaving. So the coaching staff knew it. Relax, y'all. It's not a Colorado problem. It's not a Coach Prime problem. This is the new era of college football. And it's an era of college football that's been taking place now for the past 3 years. Get used to it. It's going to happen. People are going to come and develop and leave. People are going to come for 1 or 2 years and leave. People are going to come for 1 year and leave. We wanted players to be compensated, check that box. We wanted players to have the freedom to transfer like other students do, you check that box. This is the outcome of having an immediate influx of cash and freedom into a system. Chaos. But chaos is fair. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to the Pregame Network. Like, share, subscribe. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. And as always, we're going to keep it real with you, tell you the truth. Because nobody has the access that we have. Bam!